It is essential to keep your car's braking system in good working order, hopefully for obvious reasons. But when should you replace your brakes? Obviously, a metallic screeching noise indicates that you probably need to have your brakes replaced. However, usually by this time, you're doing damage to your car and your repair is going to be a lot more expensive than you originally bargained for. In my book, the way to make sure that you replace your brakes when they need to be replaced is as early as possible. And the only way to do that is by having a certified technician remove the wheel and tire of your vehicle and then tell you how your brakes are doing. On the front of your car, you have 4 brakes. You have a left front inner pad, a left front outer pad, a right front inner pad, and a right front outer pad. The thinnest of these pads is the ones that they use to measure when your brakes need to be replaced. As a rule of thumb, at almost all repair facilities, your brakes need to be replaced when they get to 3 millimeters or less. A lot of times, the metal rivets that keep the construction of the brake pads together are 2 millimeters thick. So if you're at 3 millimeters, you only have 1 millimeter left to go. And when you stomp on that brake pedal, man, it is time to replace the brakes. Another good indication that your brakes may need service is if you get a pulsation or a pulling from one side to the other when you're braking. Usually this indicates that heat has built up and it's worn your brake pads unevenly, either from the front to the back or from the left to the right, or when you get that pulsation, that brake is worn all the way around the disc and it's warped it. It's now out of round. Similar to a record that goes up and down and up and down, uneven heat dissipates as it goes through the brake rotor and it makes it so that the surface isn't smooth anymore. So you may not need to replace your brake pads immediately, but if you replace your brake pads, machine that rotor surface smooth, you're going to have a safe, easy, and reliable braking application. Now, the braking systems are similar on most vehicles. However, there are 2 major different types of braking systems. Usually, at the front of the car, there's always brake discs. This is a round, flat surface that the brake pad squeezes to make your car come to a stop. At the back of the car, you may have one of 2 different types of systems. You're either going to have drum brakes, which is what you see on this car here, or you're going to have brake discs, again, like we saw at the front of the car. Now, in a drum braking system, the brake shoes, instead of pads, push out against the surfaces of the drum, causing the car to come to a stop. Now, most of your braking power is going to come from the front. I'd say typically 70 to 80% of your stopping power comes from your front brakes, which is usually why they wear out faster. Why rear ones wear out faster on some cars than others, I have no clue. But all I know is that I don't question my technician. When they tell me that it's time to replace my brakes, I do it immediately. Replacing the brakes on your car is a fairly straightforward procedure. However, because the braking system is so critical to the operation and safety of you and your vehicle, it is best to recommend to leave it to the professionals. By scheduling a brake inspection or brake repair appointment with Kendall Auto Group, it will ensure that you know what you're getting: a certified technician and manufactured only parts.